Writing fractions in lowest terms. To do this, what you want to do is look at the fraction and see what's the largest number that divides into both of these things. And then we divide it out and we say it's in lowest terms. Lowest terms would be something like maybe like 3/7, for instance. 3/7 would be considered lowest terms because I can't take any numbers that multiply to make 3 and that doesn't divide with 7. So that would be as far as I could go. So you just keep on dividing until you can't divide anymore with that. So if you can find the largest number right away, that's easier. Sometimes you might divide by one number and it can still reduce, and you would just divide it again by something else. Let's take a look at 8 and 52. For 8, I want to list the factors. The factors of 8 would be 1, 2, 4, and 8. These are all the numbers that divide evenly into 8. Okay, that's how we do that. So with this, I also want to do the same thing with 52, numbers that divide evenly into 52. Well, that's going to be 1, 2 divides in there. A 4 divides in there also, because 4 times 13 gives you 52, and then 2 times 26 gives you 52. So now we just look at the largest one that matches here, and we notice that 4s match. That tells us that we can divide by 4 because that would be the highest number that divides into both those evenly. Okay, so that's what tells us what to divide by with 8/52. So I want to take 8 and divide it by 4, and 52 divided by 4. On top, I'm going to get a 2. The bottom, I'm going to get a 13. Well, 2 and 13, the only factors of 2 would be 1 and 2, and the only factors of 13 would be 1 and 13. And so nothing else divides out. So 2/13 would be considered in lowest terms. Let's do that again for the next one, 24 over 33. Now, sometimes you may not have to necessarily write all this out. You may be able to just look at it and tell what the highest number would divide into those equally would be, but I'll still write this out for you anyway. 24, 1, of course, divides in there, a 2 does, a 3, a 4, 6 divides in there evenly. We have a 12. Then we have, I forgot there's an 8 in there as well. Let's don't forget the 8, 12, and 24. So that would be all the numbers that divide evenly into 24. Let's do the numbers that divide evenly into 33. A 1, 3, 11, and 33. That's it. So really the only one that we see here that matches, you might have been able to do that just by looking at it and know that 3 is the number, but 3 is what divides in there evenly, nothing else. So we're going to take 24 divided by 3. Make sure that looks like the division symbol. And then we have 33 divided by 3. On top, we get 8. On the bottom, we get 11. And that's it. That would be as far down as we can go. There's no other factors between 8 and 11. And so that would be considered lowest terms. Let's do one more. Let's do this you try it question. Okay. So 36, let's write out the factors of 36. 1 divides in there, a 2, 3 divides in there, 4 does, 5 doesn't, 6 does, 7 is no, 8 is no, a 9, 10 no, 11, we have 12, and then it's going to go up to, with that, we have, so 12, because we have 3 times 12, and then we have 18, because 2 times 18 is 36, and then we have 36. So those are all the different factors of that one. All right, so now let's do the factors of 42. Okay, so 42, we have 1, 2 goes in there, 3 goes in there, 4 doesn't, and 5 doesn't, 6 does, and 7 does. Okay, and then we have a 14 goes in there, and then we have 21, and then 42. All right, so then we just look at whatever one is the highest. So 3 is a pair, 2 is a pair, yes, but what about, we have 6 as a pair. Okay, now is there anything higher that we can do there for that one? Looks like no. So it looks like 6 is going to be the highest one, the highest factor of each right there. So 36 divided by 6, let me write this a little bit neater. 36 divided by 6 is 6. And 42 divided by 6 is 7. Okay, so we got that. We divided both top and bottom by a 6. So again, that's what you get on that. You're dividing each of it. So again, how we're doing that, divide the top one by 6, and we divide the bottom one by 6. And then you get your result, 6 sevenths. And that's as far as you can go because nothing divides into there. So 6 sevenths would be considered lowest terms.